Hello, this is London, and today I'm going to walk you through exercise 3 for CSC 4710. So the first step of this assignment asks to create a database on your local server, and you need to create a table that contains some categories of information through Java programming. Use the code in the file that you can find at the bottom and modify it to your own settings. You need to modify the name of the database, username, and password. So we're going to do that first. So we're going to scroll down here, see test3.java. So we're going to click on that, download it. And I'm going to save it to this folder right here. I'm also going to copy this because it's going to be used for later. Alright, now we're going to open the folder, and I'm going to open this with Notepad++. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in here is change the name of the database, user, and password. So if you look in the file, it's going to be right down here where it says .get connection. Right now it's set to testdb and John with password pass1234. So we're going to change these three variables. I'm going to change this one to my database. We're going to change the user's name to Lila, and the password is going to be sushi please. Okay, I'm just going to, okay. So I just created a sticky note and I pasted the directory for that Java file. And that's also where the connector is, so we're going to use this later. Okay, so now that I've created my database and I've added a new user with a new password, I have to add these changes into my database, into the workbench. So I have the workbench already open down here, so we're going to open up. Just ignore that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new account. The login name is going to be Lila. Password is going to be sushi please. Alright. Add administrative privileges. Perfect. And now I'm going to create a new SQL file. And in here, we're going to create database. I'm going to call this my database. All right. We're going to run this. Perfect. Okay. Now that these steps are complete, we can go back to our exercise. Step 2 says try all the SQL statements in Chapter 2 slides by modifying test3.java and running it against your own local MySQL database server. Executing the SQL statements using MySQL workbench is inadequate. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have to do is modify test3.java. And we also have to explain line by line how test3.java works and record a YouTube video using a PowerSoft, which is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so from here we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it into our test3.java file. So this first block of code right here, or this first set of code, is going to update the database with a new person and their information. Or actually, no, what this is going to do is going to update this student's address to 4500 Cass Avenue, and it's going to do it where the name of the database equals Xianglu. Then right here, we're going to execute the update. And here we're going to see the results. And here we're actually going to write them. Well, instead down here where it says delete, we're going to delete from student where the name corresponds to Xianglu. And then after we've applied this, we've deleted this tuple, we're going to set the results, and then we're going to write the results. Well, we're going to first update, then set, and then show the results. All right, so let's go over here. Okay, so we're going to add these right after this chunk of code. Nope. Okay, perfect. Save. Now we're going to copy this, and we're going to go to our command prompt. Okay. So I'm going to change this to from Java-C to Java, and I'm going to change the connector to the one that we're using, which is 8.0.17. Okay, the first thing we have to do is we have to change the directory. Perfect. And now we are going to run the connector. Okay, so we're getting some errors right here. And so inside our Java code, they're in this line right here where it says prepared statement equal con.prepare statement. We're going to have to change this right here and this right here. So if we look into our Java code, that corresponds to this line and this line. All right. In fact, if we check up here, right here where it says prepared statement equal connect, we're going to need to use this right here instead of CONN. Okay, let's save this. And now we can just run the connector again. And as you can see, it works beautifully. Just check if there's any more steps to follow. And there are not. We've run the connector. There's an additional video we can watch, but we're not. And the last step is to submit. So thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.